Hi and welcome to this edition of Out the Box. My name is Paul. Today we're going to have a look at what is in this blue box. It is another Reolink camera. This is the Reolink Duo 2. This is the PoE model. Plenty of other videos. There are three in this range. There's the PoE, the Wi-Fi and the battery slash Wi-Fi model. So do have a look on our YouTube channel and you'll find some of those other videos there. Not a big technical overview, but I will show you what you get in the box. So you will get a Be Prepared, Be Reolink little folder, and inside there you're going to get a few items. You're going to get your waterproof lid installation guide. I'll talk to you about it in a minute. You are going to get your drilling guide of how to mount the plate to hold this in place. You're going to get your warm tips, which is going to remind you that this is a PoE powered. That means you're putting data and power down an Ethernet cable, so you either need the Reolink NVR or you need a PoE switch to make this work. You're going to get a little sticker that you may not put on your house, and you're going to get there a quick start guide as well. All right, let me show you what else you're going to get in the box. You will get probably 1.5 meters of an Ethernet cable. You are going to get some screws and lugs and also a hex tool to be able to do up some of the mounting bracket, which I'll show you in a moment. You are going to get your waterproof lid. All right, well, what is the waterproof lid? Well, the idea of the waterproof lid actually is that from this side here, we're going to pass our Ethernet cable through. We're going to pass it through a couple of these bungs, and it's going to come out this end here, and I'll show you how it connects in a minute. But once it's gone through here and we've done it up, that will give us a waterproof connection to get our RJ45 connected to the camera and allow us to mount that outside. You are going to get a plate there for outside, or for mounting the actual arm that I'll show you in a minute, and you're going to get the mounting bracket as well. Now there are a few mounting options on here. You can see the hole that we can pull our cable back through if we want to. You'll notice on the top here that this is our pivotable bracket. Well, you'll see in the way in the camera in the moment, we can actually mount the camera so that it hangs below it. We can also mount it so it hangs above it. It is put again above it. And then obviously our cable can come down into this recess and through here, but I'll show you how all that fits together in a moment. Then you get the camera itself. This is the one that looks like WALL-E, if you've ever seen the movie. What do I love about this camera? This camera is a dual lens camera. We have two cameras. This gives us around about 150 degrees of view. It uses two channels. If you're using this with a network video recorder, it uses up the equivalent of two camera slots. All right, so you do need to bear that in mind, but you see it as a full 150 degrees. So when somebody walks past it, you actually see this lovely, it's not even fisheye, it's a beautiful view across that wide angle. So it's great if you've got an open space in front that's fairly wide for your house or something like that, and you can see the driveway and maybe round to the garage at the same without having to put two cameras. So I'll just show you the top. There we have our hole for our mounting bracket, which I'll show you in a moment. Then on the bottom here, you have another hole here for the mounting bracket. And you can see up at this end here, we actually have a panel that we can take off. What we have underneath there is an SD slot. So we can put an SD card in here and we can do onboard storage for this, which is a great option if you don't want to run a network video recorder. It does limit some of the functionality of, for instance, recording before events and after, but it's a good option for it as well. Going back to the front of here, as this camera focuses, you'll actually see that we have LEDs. Half on the moon here is LEDs. This will give us a throw of white light during the night time, so as a result we can actually have almost color night vision, and we've got our standard infrared detectors above the top there as well, which are really useful obviously if we just want to see standard night vision without putting a bright light on. Probably what I didn't mention here was, again, we've got two-way audio. You can see that just down this side here, and then we go to the back. Here are our cables. Remind you that this is the PoE model, so you're putting data and power down this cable here. You can do, if you want to though, actually have a mains pack. It will be 12 volt powered. So if you wanted to and not do PoE, you obviously still need to get Ethernet to it because it's not wireless, but you can also there plug mains into it. Then really the only thing to show you now left is our mounting bracket option. So you can use the hex tool that's in the pack to be able to do it. So obviously what we can do is we can hang our camera from here, and gives us plenty of other ways of being able to mount that if we need to mount it upwards or hang it downwards. Or we have the option as well, if I can now undo this with one hand, of actually putting that in underneath as well. And if we screw that in underneath here, then again we have the ability to mount our camera this way round. And do any angles that we want. Obviously we can mount it to the side if we want to, and this way. So we've got quite a lot of control over how that happens. All right, and then I'll just quickly undo this. We've got obviously our final bracket here, which gets fixed to the wall. That's going to get fixed to the wall, and then we're just going to offer up our device to it, our bracket to it. There we go, and clip that down into place. And then obviously put our final screw through the middle here, and that's going to be our bracket mounted on the wall. That's really all that there is there in the box. Fantastic camera, great price point. Head on over to our YouTube channel. Plenty more box openings on wireless network and firewall devices, how-to guides, what do I need to run Reolink security cameras, for example. So why don't you head over there, subscribe, and stay up to date.